an Air Glue Media podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome to 3/4 to Play. I'm your host, Mike, and I hope you guys are well. I hope everyone's happy, healthy, and safe, and not going crazy being quarantined for this long. I know I'm kind of losing my mind, but anyway, I figured I would do this episode because, well, it's not that there's a lot going on with Arcade 1UP or the 3/4 scale. I haven't had anything with Toy Shock. I can't find anything with the new wave of pinballs that are coming out, which is driving me nuts. No information there. Of course, we had II Arcade with their announcements, and they got a few more coming. I know At Games said they were going to do a few things this week, I think, coming up, maybe this weekend. So look for that. But as far as it goes, this recording, there isn't anything to really talk about, with exceptions. I got some Arcade 1UP news, which I'm going to get into first, because thanks to GamerMom77 on YouTube and on her Instagram, found this little gem over the last week, I would say. And I was like, wow, this is going to pique the interest for everybody here, because this is something we've all been clamoring for a while. And I apologize, I had to move my microphone because I don't think I was really speaking into the microphone. But anyway, let's look at this stuff here. Let's do this view. All right. So, but before I get into that, as you know, this is one of the things that came out, is the stand down or sit down version of the Star Wars machine, which I have. It's behind me. It's actually directly behind me. If you can look, there we go. There we go. It's right behind me. Now, when I was looking at this, I mean, it's cool. I'm definitely not gonna obviously get this because I already have it, and I don't want the sit down bench. But I mean, the cool thing is there's a sit down bench, which means we're probably gonna have racing games at some point, maybe next year or the year after. So that's good news. I mean, it's good news. And judging by this, I remember when I went on Walmart and I looked it up, this was different. This said Empire Strikes Back up here, but it looks like they just stuck with the original. So I don't know, maybe Walmart had a different markup or whatever it was at the time. But regardless, the Star Wars sit down is available. So if you guys want that, go for it. Nothing on the NBA Jam as far as Walmart goes, which is where I wanted to buy it, but I haven't been notified that they're back in stock or if they ever went on sale. I still haven't fuzzy on that, but I've been busy filling in with the Cantina cast, with the end of the Clone Wars and all that stuff going on. I've been a little busy and haven't focused completely on this stuff here. Congratulations to those that ordered the Pac-Man machine, which should be coming out next week. I think May 14th. So that's pretty cool. I'm still on the fence of getting this. I want it. I don't need it, but I want it. So I'm holding off for a little bit. Now, if Frogger had popped up on Walmart, like right now, as at the end of this recording, where's my mouse? I can assure you that I would probably buy it in a heartbeat. Because I think it'll be reasonably priced at Walmart. I don't need the stool and the light up marquee for that. I'm willing to bite the bullet and do that with the NBA Jam, because it's a very special, unique cabinet. But I don't need the light up deck protector and the stool, really, to be honest. As you saw with my stool that I got for Star Wars, it isn't exactly the best stool. So I don't know. Is it worth the money? It's still on the fence with me. But in any case, the reason why I'm bringing up Arcade 1UP is really for this. This is the big thing here. Hold on, let me get down to it. Is the light up marquees here. So let me blow this up here so you guys can see it on YouTube. So we got the Golden Tee light up marquee, which I think they had before. I think because that's what it comes with anyway. So I believe they had that anyway. Now we get the Asteroids light up marquee, which is one I'm waiting for. I put my, because I have the machine, it's behind me. So I put my email in so I can get notified when that's there. Centipede, I do not have a Centipede, the full Centipede. I got the bar top or the countercade. I don't have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Street Fighter I don't have. And that's it for the light up marquees. But the good news is we are getting them now. So I'm curious to see what this is going to look when you compare it to Angel Otero's light up marquee and Game Factory and so on and so forth. I'm curious how that'll be, because Angel does a good job. Now I have issues with mine that Angel did with my Space Invaders, but I'm not faulting him. I think it was just a one-off because I think his work is very well done, and I know he's a perfectionist from what I know, and the stuff that I've seen, he does a great job. And I still got to get in touch with him because I want to do my Centipede one for my Countercade one, which needs a light up marquee. So I got to get in touch with him. I just haven't had a chance to do that with all that's going on. And I know he was short of the LEDs and the components that he needed for that. But I'm curious to see how. So I'm going to go with the asteroids one. I'm gonna when that comes in, I'm gonna buy it. You can click on here. The price $80. Is that high? I don't know. We're gonna find out if the quality matches up. From what I can tell, I mean, it looks pretty decent. It looks like there's a box when you. I don't know if I can blow this up. So almost similar to. Well, I want to say it's like a combination between Angels and the Game Factory, where there's a box. There's obviously a box there, and then this lip is obviously going to hook on to where your cabinet is, and obviously there's a hole here where that all goes. So I don't know. This is curious. So there we go. We got a better view. So this is obviously going to hook on to that I think it's the H panel if I remember right. And obviously you're going to screw these in here. And then this is going to plug into, I assume, the control panel in the back there. So there you can see. I don't know. Does this look good to you guys? Is it gonna be serviceable? Is it gonna be? I think the quality would be pretty good, and I think it'll be easy. Which is what, at the end of the day, I think we really want something that's easy to just plug and play, and I think this will accomplish it. Now, to be fair, Angels was pretty easy, and so is the Game Factory one that I have. It's not exactly rocket science. The only downside is you have to loosen the cabinet up a little bit just to squeeze it in there, but I can't imagine that's no different than this. So this will be curious. I'm looking forward to getting this. I hope the art quality matches up with what Angel has and Game Factory. I hope it's not crappy. I don't think it will be. I think it'll be on par with theirs. And they probably bought a few off of Angel and the Game Factory, and then there's another one that's out there. I can't remember. There's a few others. I can't remember off the top of my head. That I'm sure they did a little recon and did a little research on how to do it, and maybe perfect it or make it fit for the arcade 1UP and the consumer like me, who just wants plug and play. I don't really want to mod things like my buddy Retro Ralph. Although someday Retro Ralph is inspiring me with all these things that he's doing. He's number one, he's inspiring me to want to buy an actual cabinet. I've also wanted to get an actual pinball machine. That's actually on my radar for the past couple of months. So that's maybe going to happen. We'll see. But I do want to mod something, and he did something, I can't remember what it was, the vertical pinball thing that he did a few weeks back that looked like I could probably do it. So I might try to do that. But anyway, back to this. So here's your light up marquee with Arcade 1UP. So I think this is good. It's been a long time coming. Finally happy that we're getting this. Obviously they're not ready for sale yet, but it's good that they've taken this direction. Finally we get that, and hopefully we get more. Because honestly, I would like to get a Final Fight one. I was hoping that was going to be there when I clicked on all this, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. We only got these here. I was hoping for Rampage too, because I have Rampage, and that is my favorite arcade cabinet of all time. It's more of a nostalgia. It's not the greatest game, I know that, but for me personally, it's just a nostalgic thing, so that's why I call it the greatest. I'm actually surprised there's no Mortal Kombat light up one when you think about it. I'm surprised they didn't do it for all of these either. Like, I'm surprised Mortal Kombat, obviously we got Centipede and Final Fight. I figured Mortal Kombat because they already have that, the Costco one. So I don't know. Curious. But speaking of Final Fight, I ended up, and what this show is about is reviewing of Streets of Rage 4. Now, this is a little bit different. Normally I wouldn't do that type of thing on this show. It's not really a review show of like a game per se. Normally it's a cabinet, which I look forward to doing in the future with like maybe Pac-Man and obviously NBA Jam and stuff. And maybe I'll do something on YouTube specifically for that so I can show things. But I don't know. We'll see. But because of my friend Retro Ralph and his enthusiasm for Streets of Rage, his enthusiasm is infectious. So I was like, you know what? I'm not doing too much other than podcasting and doing other things. I need a little bit of break of reality from doing podcast stuff and YouTube stuff and all these other stuff with producing and that. You know what? Maybe I'll play Streets of Rage 4. So I did buy it, and I'm like, I love beat 'em up games. It's one of my favorite. That's why I got Final Fight. I love playing Final Fight. So I was like, you know what? I remember vaguely playing Streets of Rage. So I went. I said, "All right, I'm gonna buy it." It was only $29. I got it on PlayStation. I think Ralph has it on Stream or Xbox. I think I'm not sure. Which is sad because it would have been nice to co-op. Now I haven't co-oped. I've only done the story, which I beat last night, which was awesome. It was actually easier to. Now I did it in normal mode. I'm not the world's greatest gamer at all, so bear in mind I'm not this awesome gamer. But in any case, so I beat it last night, and it's funny because as I was playing it, the end game was actually easier to beat than other bosses that I had to face, to be honest. But it all came back to me. I couldn't remember if I really I remember playing it, but I couldn't remember the game all that much. Um, so when I started playing it and I got to the level where the whip girl was, I'm like, oh, I remember. And then of course the knife guy, it all came back to me. That little bastard with the knife that stabs you there. That all came back to me, and that was a pain in the ass. But um, I was pleasantly surprised by this game. I was figuring, all right, it'll be ho hum. They won't capture the nostalgia, but they really did. I like the blending of the modern stuff, the way the graphics look. Like if you look at this again, let me go back and do this here. We'll watch this again with the graphics. They just popped. It was really really cool, and it was a side scrolling beat 'em up. Like look at this. Like the graphics look pretty cool. I know it's hard to see on, let's go theater mode. There you go. That's a little better for you guys. But the way they did things, and here's the whip girl that always kicked my butt. But yeah, I thought the look and the feel, the music I liked. I know Retro Ralph when he did his stream, his live stream, he wasn't really big on it. But I really, as more I got into the game, especially after this level, I really got into the music. I thought it was really done well. And as you can see, the gameplay here is just awesome. I mean, I loved it. I couldn't. It was a great game. I was pleasantly surprised. I haven't been this surprised by a game in a while, especially this one. It's such a simple beat 'em up game. I was pleasantly surprised by that, and thankful that I got it and played it. Now I played as Lloyd and Blaze and a little bit of Axel. I did okay with Axel. Blaze I did really well, but certain levels I couldn't do much with her. She was awesome. I liked her, and I know my friend Brian just beat Streets of Rage 4 as well, and he used her. And then not many people have, and he had a little graphic. I think he did it on stream. I'm not sure where he did it, but it was a little graphic that only 2.4% of people actually do it with Blaze. I use Floyd. I like the mechanics of Floyd. I just played better with Floyd. It was really cool. So and I just like that big brute of a guy that kind of just takes out all the enemies and stuff and has this big cannon firing thing. Now I do recommend you guys get this one, and it would be cool. I don't know if Arcade 1UP could kind of do this. Now Retro Ralph, don't get too excited. I know you are probably daydreaming of this and hoping for that as well, that they would do a Streets of Rage cabinet. I don't think they really will. I don't remember this being an arcade game. I'll have to go check. I should have probably checked the history of it. I think it was more of a console game back in the day. But in any case, if they did a Streets of Rage with like all four games on a cabinet, like the Final Fight one, that would be pretty cool. Like, especially a modern game like this, that would be unique. Now, I'm just theorizing here. I doubt they'll do this. This is just me kind of getting Retro Ralph's hopes up and stuff. I highly doubt that they would do that because, would they put a modern game like this who would train? And, you've seen people with the at games playing it. I know P-Dubs did a tutorial on it, how to play it on there. There's a few, I think Cool Toy did one as well, where they played it on the at games Legend, like an arcade, and got my wheels turning. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. It's kind of a pain in the butt to do that with at games. Well, not really. I mean, you're streaming it from your thing and whatever. I mean, but it's not that difficult. But it would be cool if there was a cabinet with the artwork on it, and there was all four of them on there. That would be pretty cool. Or maybe I don't know. I think Streets of Rage 3 wasn't that great from what I gathered. But in any case, I highly suggest you guys get this if you're bored in quarantine and you need just a game where you can just kind of shut your mind off and just beat things up and just kind of have fun and just go with it. And another thing I was very surprised with is the fact that they left the whip girls in there and the girls in the skimpy clothes and everything. With the PC police, I figured they would tone that down, but no, it's stuck to the original and Final Fight kind of theme and kind of feel. You can even throw Street Fighter in there too. It's like that graphic and that feel. They captured it very well, and it was done very well. Now I hope they do a Final Fight version like this with the updated graphics like this and stuff. I know they did a few other Final Fights along the way, but this is just fun, captures the spirit. Those secret retro levels are pretty cool too. I did a few of those. The cheat is you got to get the shock thing from the officer and go up to the cabinet, the arcade cabinet, and shock that, and then it brings you to the level. So there you go. There's a tip for me, the horrible gamer that I am, which is me, Mike. But yeah, so I highly recommend this game. It's a lot of fun. It'll surprise you. You'll get frustrated. I did get frustrated. What I was typically doing the past week when I had some time to myself, I'd come down at night and I'd play a level or two, and I'd usually get to a boss or a point in the game where I just was maybe fatigued for some reason, frustrated. I got frustrated and I walked away. Now this is my gaming habit. I've always done this since I was a kid. I'd get frustrated with a game, get to a certain point, and then I'd walk away for a day and then come back and beat that level and then advance a little bit more. And then that's how I've always done it. I figured the best method for me, because if I'm aggravated and stressed out, I'm not going to be able to accomplish my goal of what I wanted to do. So I typically walk away. There are times I actually play games on my console. I'll play it, die hard, playing it, going crazy, and then I just walk away for months. And then months later, I come back and I end up beating it. It's weird. I'm weird like that. I'm a weird gamer. But that's typically how I play these games. But this is I had it on normal. I didn't have it on difficult. I just went through it. I got a little frustrated with the bosses sometimes. And those fat guys and the guy with the damn knife guy. Oh, as he brought back memories of being frustrated with that. And the whip girls were cool too. So, it was fun. You just want to take your frustrations out. That's kind of the game to play. It was really cool. So I highly recommend that. And that's really going to do it for this episode. Now, maybe if we get more of these type of, retro kind of games like this, maybe I'll do a review on them. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if you guys will like it, if this is kind of your thing. But I figured there isn't much going on, but this kind of fits in with our retro type of thing, home arcade stuff. And, people are using it to the At Games thing, which I might even try somehow. I mean, I know I got to download it again on stream, but it's an awesome game. So maybe it wasn't that much. I paid $29, I think I paid. I'm not sure what it is on stream, but at some point it'll go on sale. Maybe when it goes on sale, I'll do that just to get the feel of how it is on stream. So, well, stream, but on the At Games Legend as that arcade feel. But I would love to see Arcade 1UP do this, maybe like a collector's thing so we can have that, But although I think this would sell pretty well with, you got Mortal Kombat, you got Final Fight that sold pretty well, Street Fighter. I think this would, there's obviously a fan base for this. I think it would sell pretty well if they incorporated this one into a thing, a cabinet with the artwork and everything. But I don't know. That's just me speculating and stuff. So, I think we're going to get out of here. Thank God I hit the right button. I got all these things loaded up on the buttons for the Cantina Cast, too. So I thought I was going to hit the wrong one at first, which would have been rather funny for you guys. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you guys stay safe. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Play Streets of Rage. Till then, I'll see you guys later.